From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The man who was a prep All-American in nearby Antioch, it's Najee Harris. And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. As he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
There hasn't been a game played where defenses don't talk about coming out on their toes and being the aggressor. But boy, when you give up a return like that, you're really starting it on your heels. Let's see how they adjust.
Shot 17.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Following the fumble recovery, Powell. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now a first down carry for Harris. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Powell. Harris has it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. And with his size coming out of the backfield, Usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Howell throwing on first down here. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, Howell. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense the credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And that's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
It's Eckler again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers.
Bottom line time when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Powell's throw into the hands of Pickens. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 31. Another throw for Howell. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. The 30. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Triple 38.
Now a play fake. Lance. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On the delay, here's Harris. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
2nd down, Howell now.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Here's Howell.
And that is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
Territory, coughs up the football. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Steelers 14, 49ers 10.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Ready up.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Blue striking.
Here's Lance. Steps away to his left. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Let's go now. 60 by 6.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Howell. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Howell. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 20! And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Harris. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And it gives him a nice pickup. 105 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now try to pick it up on 3rd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
Myers' kick is good, and that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Okay, ready?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Lance to throw it. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Lance finding Kittle. First down, San Francisco. The Niners at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. Yeah, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Lance now on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ready?
On 2nd down, Eckler. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
This one complete, Lance to Kittle. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On play action, Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On the ready?
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Practice 6.
From midfield, here's Lance.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Let's go now.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Light blue.
Lance looking to throw it.
He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Yeah, they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. First down, Howell to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second down throw for Howell. This one finds Austin out right. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Howell looking to throw again. Complete to Likely. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And once more, Howell back to the air. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Got it. Blaster. 10 cycles.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Ready, set.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Rolling to his left. This one caught by Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Come on, set. 22 needle. Ready?
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Down right around the 25. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Lance going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trey Norwood. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Pushes him over. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. First down, and they go back to Harris. Trucks over it. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Austin, the man in motion left. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Second down, Howell back to pass. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Right side, there's Likely with it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Harris. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here we go, back.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
120 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Throwing now is Lance. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Going to be real. Green jack.
Running on first down, Eckler.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Second and 9. Here's Lance.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1.
And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Right, 37.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Steelers.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Harris running straight ahead. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football. On his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. But he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
On the set.
From the 41, Lance being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here we go.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Black Ultra.
And Lance now to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Set, ready.
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
That one goes for 30 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here we go. Here we
So
go.
signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Trey Norwood, the one there to make the tackle. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you?
Right.
When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Blue striker. Steel black. Ready.
Now Lance. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Well, right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
The safety, Terrell Edmunds, picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. On second down, this is Harris. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run again with Harris.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. They hand this off to Harris. And some room to roam now. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8-ball.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris.
Up to the 20.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Pittsburgh,